This video shows you guys where to go to in order to sign up for Recert credit. It'll also sort of explain some of the nuances to signing up for that type of credit. And on the Central Personalized PD website, if you scroll all the way to the bottom, you'll see a link for the study group Recert credit. This will take you to the study group page on our AEA website, where you will be able to see all of the criteria to form a study group. And as you'll see, you need 4 to 6 people. It'll be $85 per person, and you'll have access to all the links you need in order to progress through your study group. A few things that you'll need to have is you see the document here for the requirements, but when you go to sign up, study group proposal, there's one thing that I want to make clear. At the very top, you'll see that you need an instructor. Now, in your group of 4 to 6, you need to designate one person who is going to quote-unquote act as the instructor, and they have no more responsibilities than anyone else in the group. It's only providing an email when the AEA contact here that does the approval process and the grading process and everything else. They just want an email of one of the people in your group to be able to contact whenever they have questions. And so just designate one person in your group that doesn't mind being that contact for our AEA staff. And so that's who the instructor is going to be. Otherwise, the rest of this will be pretty self-explanatory, and it needs to be a well thought out process. If I go back to the links, the group assurance, this is a form that basically the administrators give their approval for those 4 to 6 people within your school building to go ahead and do the study group and seek out Recert credit. This has to be done before you can actually start the process. And what this is you'll see when you fill it all out, you'll just simply print it off, and then you can mail it or fax it to Kathy Wessel here at Keystone AEA. There's that form, and then in the next link you'll also see the meeting log. So you have to have 15 hours of meeting time, I believe, but you want to go back and check out the requirements. But every time you meet, you're going to need to log your hours. And that's done on this page, the team meeting log. So you'll fill out the top information, you'll fill out each of these text boxes, and then down below where it says recorder name, who is the person that is doing the typing on the page, we also need to have the email. Because when you hit, as well as the administrator's signature, because when they hit submit, or whoever recorded this hits submit, it's not going to be sent to anyone here at the AEA. What it's going to do is it's going to send whoever's email is here, it's going to send them a copy of these meeting logs. So every single time you do a meeting and you fill out a meeting log and then you put in an email and hit submit, you are going to essentially get a PDF version of this. Now, you will need to collect and keep all of those meeting logs, because at the very end, when you guys turn in all your stuff, you will need to include the meeting logs with those in order to gain or get the credit in the final processes. Also, going back, you will see a couple more documents here, the reaction/reflection paper. Each person in your group needs to complete this paper in order to earn the Recert credit. And this is sort of like the final project in the very end. So you can see all of the requirements there for that, and you can peruse through those. And then it's also made fairly simple, the study group checklist. This is the document that the AEA supervisor here, who's going to be doing the approval process and everything else, this is the checklist that they use in order to make sure everything's turned in order to be able to approve the Recert credit. So this might be a handy document for your group in order to understand, do we have everything covered? Do we have everything ready to turn in? This document will help with all of that. So those should be all the links you need to access for your study group. And don't forget that do not begin any personalized PD work until you have the approved proposal.